Hey there, fellow wash shavers. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. Today's video we'll be using PAA's Awesome Sauce. This is in just the cocoa butter, the CK1 formula. I have the Proraso Green splash that matches with. I'm going to use the Winning razor with a Nasset blade, and this time I have a brush that I won. If you saw my unboxing, I won this on an Instagram giveaway from Yingling. See if I can, well, you'll probably see it backwards. Yingling Brushworks. They're out of Manitoba, Canada. And it's a beautiful brush. I thought the color it's a little bit more emerald, but the color kind of goes with the soap and the splash today. And I'm all lathered up in the bowl here. So I'm gonna wet the face and get started. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here a while, thanks for the continued support. And if you're watching this for the first time, consider hitting that subscribe button below. And if you like the video at all, even a little bit, hit that like button. All that helps the channel, much appreciated. All right, so let's get into the shave today. So I'm continuing kind of the barbershop theme. And you know, the funny thing is, for me, this is, the Awesome Sauce is, you can see there's IAMCDB, Chris Bailey on there. So this was a soap that PAA did for Chris, who wanted a soap that smelled more like the Proraso Splash versus the Proraso soap. So, hi sweetheart. Everybody's up today, so it is what it is. Anyways, so if you've tried the Proraso, the soap smells a little bit different than the actual splash. And so PAA created the soap to really smell more like the splash. So this is a classic Italian barbershop fougere. So eucalyptus, menthol, I covered my notes up, citrus, lavender. I have my notes pasted I taped them to the mirror here. I taped it a little too inward toward, and the camera was covering up. So eucalyptus, menthol, citrus, lavender, talc, and oak moss. And so those are the scent notes on the soap, and I would have guessed this. But the funny thing is, I was using Proraso for probably at least three years before I ever fell into the artisan community. And so I had found, some of you may have heard this story, but that's kind of how I got one foot into wet shaving. Is I found a bunch of Proraso stuff at TJ Maxx, had never used it before, picked some up, and they had the white and the red and the green, and I really had no idea, but they smelled pretty good. And then I realized, I was still shaving with the cartridge, then I realized I had to, I don't want to leave that lather there. I was watching one of DK Damnfine Shaves videos yesterday. He was talking about his pet peeve is lather left behind on a fellow YouTuber's shave when he's watching it. So here you go, DK. Anyways, so then I realized I needed a brush, so I got a brush. But I was still using a cart. But I did somewhat graduate from a Schick Hydro 5 blade. Then I got one of those fancy Edwin Jagger Mach 3 handles. So then I was using the Mach 3 blades for a while. And I did that for probably at least 3 years, if not more. And I had actually bought, I had gone back to TJ Maxx and I bought more of it. And I didn't realize how long it would last. And like a tub of soap and everything else. So I could actually, because I was only doing one pass, and because I was just shaving with the cart, I actually made a tub last like 5 or 6 months. And so I had like a 3 or 4 year supply of it. And so I used that exclusively. So I had some red, I had some white, and I had some green. And I used that exclusively for that time period. And then I started to run out of that. And obviously TJ Maxx is a hit or miss, right? So that's kind of when I kind of started to look to see, okay, well, what do I want to buy next? Do I just want to get more Proraso? So I was looking on like Amazon, and then I can't remember, I might have done some Google searching or something, but then, you know, they get your search history and your cookies and all that. And so then some like more artisan style stuff started to show up in my Instagram feed. And then I was like, oh wow, hey, these are some cool like photos some of these people are putting up. And I was like, okay, what is this artisan community? And that's kind of how I fell into it. And then once I found the artisan soap, I'm like, well, I gotta get the DE razor now. So got a Mercure 34C, and kind of the rest is rabbit hole history. And here I am on YouTube. So I quite enjoy this scent. It's very nice. I've always liked it. It's probably of the Proraso scents my favorite one. I don't think I hydrated this enough now that I'm looking at it. PAA can take a lot of water. So this is just the CK1. I just bought the soap because I had the splash. I'm gonna paint a little more water in here. But to me, I'm fine with just the CK1. I mean, I'm not just fine, I'm happy with it. I know that the CK6 is supposed to have more post-shave and more butters and stuff, but this works for me and helps keep the cost down a little bit. So if the CK1 is available in a PAA scent, that's what I'm gonna grab personally. If I were only grabbing, like, you know, if I was somebody who only had like 1 or 2 soaps or something like that, I might think differently and go ahead and get the CK6. But like I said, this works just fine for me, and I have plenty of soaps. So if I could cut the cost a little bit, it works for me. Because I don't really, personally, I don't use it enough, and I don't feel like I'm giving anything up for the lower cost, honestly. So anyways, if you saw my unboxing, like I said, Yingling was doing a giveaway on Instagram, and I think you had to like the post and then tag somebody, and I did that, and lo and behold, a random comment picker picked me, so that was awesome. So I got the brush, and I got like 40 shave samples. It's like a box full. If you didn't see the unboxing, this entire box is full of 40 shave samples, which is pretty awesome. A few of them I have or I've tried, but many of them I have not. So it's really, really cool. So, and then there was 3 brush handles to choose from. I chose this, and the option was to just get the handle or get the handle with the synthetic knot in it. And I'm completely happy with synthetic knots. And I knew I wasn't going to send it out to be knotted, and I didn't want to have to, although I'm sure I could figure it out easily enough, but I did not want to have to buy a knot and set it myself. So I got myself there yesterday with the supply. So I didn't do a video yesterday, but I used the supply. I thought I had that dialed in, and then I shaved yesterday, and I got myself right there in a couple other spots, and I was like, man, I don't know what the deal is with me and the supply, but we are not getting along. So Now this is the Winning razor from the Wet Shaving Club. This is a stainless steel, solid stainless steel razor. And this is actually made by Yates Precision Manufacturing in the USA for the Wet Shave Club. So that's what attracted me to it. I wasn't familiar with the Wet Shave Club. They came up in my Instagram feed somehow. When I saw, the first razor I saw was the America razor, which is a little more expensive than this. It's 316 steel. Then I was doing some research and saw a Yates post, and it looked like they were making handles for the Wet Shave Club thing. And so I put two and two together, and I messaged Yates. I'm like, are you guys making the razor? And so sure enough, they were. So gave me confidence to buy the razor. So this is like I think I got it on sale. It's like a $50 razor. I'm gonna put a little water in here. I think you can get the razor for like 50 bucks. You don't have to join the club. They don't ship you anything automatically. So if you haven't checked them out, I'll link their website in the description below. Yeah, PAA just really takes a lot of water. So this is a non-tallow soap. So I wanted something mild today. This is a mild razor. I've used it before on the channel, but the head shape is a little bit reminiscent to me of the Henson, although I don't think it's quite as boxy as the Henson, but it definitely puts the blade under more tension the way that the geometry is on the top cap. And I like this razor. It's I watched Ken Shave 326 video on it. Talked a little bit about how it can suction to your face a little bit, and that could be perceived as drag. And I can see that, but it doesn't detract from the shaving or the shaving experience for me. So I don't really see it as drag. It's quite easy and intuitive to find the angle on this. And I can't remember what the blade gap is, but it's not a very big blade gap, especially with the geometry like this. It's obviously very neutral blade exposure. But where else, and not many places are you gonna get, other than maybe like Razor Rock, and get a Game Changer. But get a solid stainless steel razor. And then you're not gonna find another one made in the USA like this. So this one's called the Winning razor. It's pretty weighty, so it's got some heft to it. It's not too heavy, but definitely some heft. But I think it's pretty efficient for its mildness. I would put its mildness in the realm of like a Mercure 34C or like a Rockwell, maybe on the 3 plate. Which is kind of if you've watched my channel, you know I don't like a lot of blade feel or aggressive razors. And they don't have particularly thick growth or dense growth. And I hit something I hit yesterday there too. I'm telling you, that supply, I tried a Schick blade in it rather than the blade they came with. And one of the viewers, Michael, recommended getting some Schick injector blades that are actually made in Japan, and sent me a couple of links from eBay, so I might try that. But overall it's a very mild and nice shaver. Yeah. The head is a little bulky, so getting it up here in the nose area, not quite as easy, but manageable. There we go. All right, let's rinse the face here and be done. That eucalyptus, you know, there's no menthol. Well, I mean, there is menthol, but it's a very light menthol, but you get the menthol and eucalyptus, and it's a light cooling, so it's not a ton of cooling, but just enough. You get that cooling sensation when you throw that cold water on there. It feels good. All right, so this probably ranks in my barbershop. I'd probably have to say that probably my top right now is Fresh Cut Fade, then the Wanderer. I'd probably throw this in at third. And then I'm trying to remember which one, the ones I've used. Definitely like these better than CAD and American Blend. And there's one other one I use that I'm just gonna throw in there too. But at the end of this, I'll rank them all. Bear with me as I have a couple more to do. Fresh Cut Fade and the Wanderer to me are very similar. They're both very fresh, clean, citrusy barbershops, take on barbershop. And I like both of those. The one thing I liked about Fresh Cut Fade a little bit more is that the scent strength is a little bit stronger, and the scent duration is quite a bit longer than the Wanderer. So that would be my only real reason to put it in front. So, all right, there you have it. Shave for the day, little nod to CDB with some awesome sauce and some Proraso Green, feeling good. And we did the Winning razor from the Wet Shave Club. And we have the Yingling, new to the den, Yingling synthetic brush. This is kind of an emerald color, so very beautiful. And that's a shave for today. So thanks for tuning in, folks. And we'll see you soon on the channel.